Broadcast from the center of the universe. Featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
Because eventually it all comes down to you're fired, get out of here.
You know, it's okay for you to encourage them to move on if you don't like them, because they probably don't like you either.
Yeah.
They probably there's probably a job out there they will like.
Welcome to the Thrive Time Podcast. All right, Thrivers, welcome to this episode of the Thrive Time Podcast. Joined today with Dr. Z and Claytron, and we're pumped to be getting into the work-life balance, the transition from being working all day, being in alpha mode, and then transitioning into the family time. And so, Dr. Z, I know that this is something that you really excel in because you're in alpha mode the entire day. You run the optometry clinic, the sleep center, the horse ranch, the auto auction, a ton of different businesses, and so you have to be in alpha mode to be able to manage it all.
Got to get her done.
To get her done. How do you make that transition? What is, you know, for this thriver that's asking about these different things, kind of why is this such a hard thing for a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners to deal with?
Well, two-part question there. First one is how I do it, and that's done with scotch. My personal favorite's Lagavulin, if anybody wants to send me some for a gift.
Yeah.
And everybody has their moves, and you have to find your move. Step one, you got to find your move. In other words, how do you transition from being the leader and the boss to being the husband and the father? Because they are different. And if you come home and you try to be the boss at home, it sometimes it doesn't work out so well.
Okay, so this is what our thriver from Wichita writes. Okay,
all right.
This is what he writes, and we're going to get into it. This mailbag. So if you have a question, we actually answer real questions from real thrivers from all over the world from you guys, okay? So send us it at info@thrive15.com, or you can go to the site thrive15.com and ask us any business question, okay? So this is from our thriver in Wichita. Nice. Okay, so this question came to mind after I arrived home, was somewhat abrasive to my wife and son as I was still in kick-butt work mode, okay, and was called out on it. What are some strategies to avoid being a man-bear pig with your spouse and family? So, Dr. Z, get us into it. How do you do that? How do you make the transition decompress?
Well, first of all, you've got to understand that you need to, and that's step one. You got to understand there's a problem if you come home and you treat your family the way you treat your employees. I've tried it; it didn't work out so well. Yeah. It doesn't go over well. You know, you're so used to, you're not in a mean way, but you're so used to being the boss, and you tell someone to do it, and they do it. You know, and then you come home and you expect that same, and then you're like, I'm going to fire you, and you're like, Dad, you can't. I'm your kid.
Are you reading my email to my secret email to Z? Is that where this question came from?
Did you blind copy?
I feel like this is something we all need to learn, though. I mean, this is...
So step one is understanding that you have to be different. You know, one of the things I teach my doctors, and one of the things that I teach my employees is the importance of the term showtime in my life. And that is that when a patient comes in or a business client is there, you have to be showtime in the sense that everything else doesn't matter. Everything else you need to just take off your plate. Yep. And you need to focus completely on that individual and that situation. And so back when I was seeing patients on a daily basis, before I'd walk into every exam room, I'd try to just clear my mind a little bit. And I would get that mentality of, okay, the only thing that matters for the next however many minutes is making this person happy and connecting with them and being totally focused on them. Right. And so you do that. I do that at work, and I teach my people how to do that at work. And then now step two is how to undo that, or better yet, how to direct that now to the family.
Now, I will say this. These are some specific examples of where I know I've screwed up, and I try to get better over time. But these are just some examples of this kind of, it's this great paradox. It's this great, you go, what I thought you said. So one is like in your business, you want to have perfection.
Yeah.
You want to try.
Sure.
Your showtime.
You're shooting for it.
Turn the emotions off. Get it done. Wow the customer. If you don't, they're not coming back. Keep the bathroom perfectly clean. Use a checklist. No screw ups. Organized. Perfection. That's what we're getting paid to do.
Right.